right, welcome to the next episode of Keto in Cars, and I am actually in the car again, unlike the last couple times where I've been sitting in the ambulance or in the ambulance bay. All right, so let's talk about the most basic thing here, induction. How do we get started? Now, people get a little freaked out about when they first start keto. They're like, what do I eat? How do I do this? Oh, what does all this mean? And that's where induction comes in. And induction comes from the Atkins world. It's how you get yourself started off into a low-carb keto diet. And it's basically to get you started. Duh. Inducted means like in the Hall of Fame, you are inducted into the Hall of Fame, you're entered into the Hall of Fame. Well, this is entering into this lifestyle. So the basic thing that you need to do is get rid of the carbs. And how many carbs do we get rid of? Well, we get rid of all of them if we can. But the theory is that you should be able to, people like to say below 20, some people get away with below 30. Usually 50 is the max. You'll know when you get into ketosis. It takes a couple of days, usually, for people to get into ketosis. You'll get the initial whoosh, which is, depending on where you started off for size, anywhere from 3 to 7, 8, 9, 10 pounds, almost overnight. Don't get too excited. That's water weight. That's not losing fat or anything. But what people seem to miss is that you're still losing weight. I mean, you're losing water, which is pressing out against your skin and because it's in your cells. So you are going to lose a little bit of size. Visually, you probably will look better, even, right in the beginning. A lot of us, especially when we get older, it shows up in our face, shows up around the belly, whatever. So you'll get that water whoosh, whoosh. So induction is to get you started. The key components that I think when it comes to induction, first thing is tracking, right? You need to know what you're eating and how much of it you're eating. So get one of the many free apps. Back when I started it with MyFitnessPal, I'm sure there's better ones out there now. You can always go back to the old standby, it's free. You put in what you eat, it shows you your macronutrients. Macronutrients being the three main nutrients that you need to have, which is, two main nutrients that you need to have, fat, protein, and then the other one is carbs. So you want to keep that carbs number, 20 to 30 if possible. The lower you get in the beginning, the easier it is to maintain, in my opinion. Your mileage may vary. You want to set up your macros so that you have enough fat to spare protein. You want to make sure that you're getting enough protein without going over, a safe calorie limit. And there's plenty of macro calculators out there that you can use to figure out, what the calorie is, the calories and the macro breakdowns that you're going to need for where you are now as far as your body size and what you're looking to do, like how much you want to lose. You don't want to drop the calories to the bottom and go too low on the calories because that messes up the metabolism and you won't go anywhere. You may see some movement for a week or two, but then you stop moving, and in some cases you may start increasing again. So do a safe deficit, usually 10-20% max. Calorie deficit should be good enough to get you where you need to be to get started. So you get your macros set. What do you eat? Well, the real simple thing is that if it walks, swims, flies, or crawls, or if it comes from something that walks, swims, flies, or crawls, you can eat it. If it's green and leafy and grows out of the ground, you probably can eat it. Everything else, look up. Look up your calorie counts. Look up your carb counts on those. There are people that are going to tell you that you need to go completely strict. There are other people that say that you don't even need to worry about stuff. There's no wrong answer. This is a lifestyle. It's not a diet. Jenny Craig is a diet. Weight Watchers is a diet. Ketogenic is a lifestyle. And so it has to be livable. So it may take a little work on your part, messing around to figure out exactly what is going to work best for you. The main thing is that it's something that you can live with and stick with. So get your head in the game, do a lot of reading, or listening to podcasts and videos, reach out to people for help. That's what the Facebook groups are really good at. You'll get a lot of support from there. Obviously, I'm very partial to the Keto Alliance groups because I helped start them years ago. And we tend to be really supportive. And we're not keto Nazis that says that there's only one way you can do things, their way or the highway. We understand have different, their bodies are different, and their neurologies are different, and their lifestyles are different. So there's not one size fit all. We will try to help you fit the ketogenic lifestyle into your lifestyle. The key components that you want to look at right away, you get rid of any non-green leafy vegetables, anything that's bread or grain or bean, so that means rice, bye-bye, breads, bye-bye, cashews are legumes, they're beans, they're a little high in calories. For now, bye-bye. A lot of processed foods you'll find will have stuff in it like that. Bye-bye. I'm not saying that you have to get rid of this stuff forever, but definitely during induction, which is usually the first 6 to 8 weeks, and it can take up to 3 months to 6 months to become fat adapted, where your body is just like in the zone and just rolling along and it's got this down pat. So plan that at least for a couple of months you're going to eat like this, and then you can tweak and tune and start working on stuff to find out how your body reacts to it and what's going to fit well with your life, so that you can see if there's other things you can add in or that you have to keep out. Things I would warn you about right from the start is dairy. Now, dairy contains casein, besides lactose, which is a milk sugar, is casein. Casein is a protein. A lot of people have a reaction to that, and maybe they didn't know they had it back, when they were eating all kinds of other stuff. But it's inflammatory. It can cause an immune response and be inflammatory. It can slow you down. It can actually even make it look like you've stopped doing it because you've got an immune response. You're retaining fluids. You might see other things change. Now, Karen, when we started keto back almost 7 years ago, I think next month will be 7 years, for her whole life she was never able to eat eggs. Once she got rid of all of the stuff that we had been eating for our lifetime and switched to a pretty clean keto diet, all of a sudden she could eat eggs. She no longer got sick. It used to be that one egg would, cause her to be doubled over in pain and not feel well. Now she can eat eggs. And she has been able to, and we've added some other stuff in. So those are things that you want to pay attention to. Definitely dairy, because it is a known allergen. You can, basically, if you just make meat and a vegetable, eggs and a vegetable, avocado, stuff like that for breakfast, bacon, sausage. Be careful on your sausage. Check to make sure it doesn't have a whole lot of hidden carbs in there, because some of your commercial sausages will. But just stuff like that, kind of start off pretty clean if you can. Pretty basic, simple. The nice thing is that because it's keto and because how keto is, you really don't have to make special meals. If the rest of your family's not doing it, you may not be able to have, the dinner rolls and the sticky rice and French fries, But, you know, it doesn't take much to make a little side of cauliflower rice to go along with yours, and everybody else has everything else. So, because, you know, most people think some sort of meat for their meal. So that part is nice, you know, you get the meat. I think the keto is a lot less restrictive than, say, like a low-fat diet. Try finding low-fat meat. It's hard. You know, so then you turn into rabbit eating salad and stuff like that. Yeah, I did it. I did a low-fat diet. Shed a ton of weight with a low-fat diet. But it wasn't sustainable for me. You know, I just could only eat so many salads. So these are the kind of things that, you know, that make keto attractive. Some of the things that make it not so attractive is when you get into the baking and some of the other stuff, and some of the specialty foods, they get really pricey. But that's all right, because we're going to help you out with that too. I've got a whole bunch of stuff that I'm sharing in the groups, and I will make some videos about how to save yourself some money doing the keto stuff when you get into the baking and, you know, even side dishes. So I'm trying really hard not to ramble on too much and keep these kind of short so that people can actually sift through them all. So live your best life. Be good to yourself. Love yourself. Love the people around you. You are the most important person on this planet. Remember that. Look in the mirror. Look at that person. Tell them you love them, because that's what matters. All right? You have a good one. I'll catch up to you next time. Thanks for watching.